Ever ordered something online?
And wondered how it ended up on your doorstep.
From like halfway across the world.
Yeah.
Well, today's deep dive, we're throwing open the cargo doors.
On the world of import-export management,
Okay.
specifically in electronics and telecommunications equipment and parts,
And to help us navigate this, we're diving into insights from RoleCatcher.
which is a career platform just packed with advice on this.
Think of RoleCatcher as your secret weapon for navigating the global job market.
Ooh, a secret weapon.
I like it.
Yeah.
And trust me, in the world of import-export, having a secret weapon, that's a major plus.
Now, when we say import-export,
You might be picturing, I don't know, like sleek boardrooms,
sure.
high-stakes negotiations.
And while those definitely exist, there's a lot more to uncover.
Right.
What I find fascinating is the sheer scale of this industry. We're talking smartphones, laptops, network infrastructure, you name it.
Yeah.
Everything we rely on daily. It's a lot. It's this massive web of interconnectedness, right? So someone's got to manage the flow of all those goods.
Someone has to make sure it all works.
Exactly.
That's where our import-export manager steps in.
They're the orchestrator of this global symphony of electronics.
I like that.
Global symphony of electronics.
They're the ones making sure everything runs smoothly,
From sourcing those components.
to navigating that really intricate maze of international regulations.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit.
Okay.
When I was reading through the RoleCatcher materials,
What I found really captivating was the potential here.
mm-hmm.
They highlight the high earning potential.
and the job stability in this field,
And it makes sense.
with global trade constantly expanding,
Yeah.
skilled import-export managers,
They're in high demand.
they're very hot commodity.
They are a hot commodity.
It's a career path with incredible growth potential.
Not to mention the possibility of international travel.
You've hit the nail on the head.
This isn't just a desk job.
It's a passport to the world, both literally and figuratively.
Oh, I like that.
Literally and figuratively.
You can be negotiating deals with suppliers in Asia one week
Okay.
and then overseeing a shipment to Europe the next.
Wow.
It's a dynamic and ever-changing landscape.
That requires a unique set of skills and a thirst for knowledge.
Speaking of skills, it's not all smooth sailing, right?
Right.
I mean, this is where it gets really interesting to me.
RoleCatcher does not shy away from the competitive nature of this field.
Yeah.
In fact, they share that on average, over 200 applications
Yeah,
are submitted for each import-export manager position advertised.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a highly sought-after career path, and for good reason.
The rewards can be significant, but
It's crucial to understand the demands and the challenges that come with it.
it's not for the faint of heart.
It's not easy.
But high risk, high reward. Right.
Exactly.
So for those up for the challenge
Let's dive into what it actually takes to thrive.
in this global trade game.
Let's do it. And those challenges can be what makes this career so rewarding. Think about it.
You're not just shuffling paperwork.
Right.
You're a problem solver,
A strategist.
a cultural bridge builder.
I like it.
It's a lot more than it seems.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay.
What does an import-export manager actually do all day?
Picture this. Your company develops a groundbreaking new wireless charging pad.
Okay.
They found this amazing supplier in Japan.
With the highest quality components.
You, as the import-export manager, are the one that makes that entire process happen seamlessly.
So it's like you're orchestrating this complex dance,
Yes.
but with cargo ships and customs forms.
Exactly.
Instead of like waltzing or something.
Exactly. You're developing that import strategy.
Negotiating prices and contracts.
You're making sure everything aligns with your company's goals.
Right.
And crucially, international trade laws.
Ah, yes.
The legal side of things.
Yes.
That always seems so daunting.
It can be.
But it's also where a good import-export manager truly shines.
We're talking tariffs,
Right.
duties, regulations.
It's a whole alphabet soup of acronyms like CIF and FOB,
Okay.
which, trust me, you need to know these inside and out.
CIF, FOB.
Those sound familiar.
Yeah.
Can you remind us what those are?
Absolutely. Let's take CIF, for example.
Which stands for cost, insurance, and freight.
Okay.
Imagine you're importing those wireless charging pads from Japan
Oh.
if the agreement is CIF.
It means your supplier in Japan is responsible for the cost of the goods, the insurance during shipping, and the freight cost to get them to, say, the port of Los Angeles.
But once the goods arrive in LA, the responsibility often shifts to your company.
Wow, so just misunderstanding one little acronym,
Could lead to some major headaches.
you got it.
And it's not just about avoiding costly mistakes.
Right.
It's about maximizing efficiency and profitability.
A skilled import-export manager can actually save their company a significant amount of money by optimizing these processes.
So we've got strategy.
We've got legal.
Mm-hmm.
What else is in this impressive skill set?
Well, remember those Japanese suppliers we mentioned?
Yeah.
Negotiating a major contract with international partners requires more than just business acumen.
Yeah.
You need cultural intelligence.
Oh, absolutely.
I was just thinking about that because it's not just what you say, it's
Yeah.
how you say it, right?
Precisely.
Understanding cultural nuances, communication styles,
Even business etiquette in different parts of the world.
that's paramount.
Building strong relationships with international partners can make or break a deal.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to be a master communicator,
Yes.
a cultural chameleon, and a logistics ninja,
That's a good one.
all rolled into one.
I like that.
RoleCatcher really emphasizes that human element alongside the technical aspects,
But they also break down the career path itself.
which I found helpful for visualizing the journey.
Yeah.
So you might start as an import-export coordinator,
Right.
which is like the front lines of global trade.
Exactly.
You're speaking my language now.
Starting at the ground floor and
Yeah.
working your way up.
It's a good way to do it.
So what does that entry-level role actually look like?
Imagine this.
You're the communication hub,
Okay.
making sure everything's running smoothly between departments.
Meticulously tracking those shipments.
You're becoming a whiz at navigating customs paperwork.
It's fast-paced,
It's demanding.
but you're gaining such invaluable experience.
So almost like the air traffic controller of international shipments.
Oh, exactly.
You got to keep everything moving.
Keep it all straight.
Then where does that path lead?
So from there, you can climb that ladder.
Okay.
You can become an import-export specialist.
Taking on more responsibility for developing and implementing those import-export strategies.
Okay.
Those Inca terms we talked about.
Right.
This is where that deep understanding becomes really crucial.
So you're not just following procedures now,
You're starting to shape them a little bit.
Big
You're
ver-
conducting risk assessments
analyzing those potential hiccups in the global supply chain.
before they even happen.
Oh, okay.
For example,
What happens if a shipment's delayed because of political unrest in a particular region?
right.
How do you pivot?
Find those alternative routes.
Keep those goods moving.
Wow. Talk about thinking on your feet.
You got it.
Sounds like every day brings a new challenge.
It's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's never boring.
And then finally,
You reach the summit,
okay,
that role of senior import-export manager.
this is the big leagues now.
The big leagues.
This is where those leadership skills really come in.
Yeah, so you've gone from coordinating shipments.
To like shaping your company's global footprint.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
You're identifying new market opportunities.
You're mentoring all those eager coordinators.
And specialists.
Right.
Leading your team to success on this international scale.
What a journey.
But let's be real.
You don't just magically acquire this very unique skill set overnight.
No.
RoleCatcher highlights some key ingredients for success.
What should people be focusing on?
Yeah, what should someone who's interested in this field be focusing on?
It's a combination.
Hard skills?
And soft skills.
Naturally.
Solid foundation in international trade.
Makes sense.
Understanding those trade agreements.
Customs regulations.
And yes, even those pesky acronyms.
Hit the books.
Aspiring import-export managers.
Yes, but don't neglect those strong communication skills.
Okay, so it's not just about knowing the rules.
You got to be able to talk the talk.
Exactly.
And I'm not just talking about fluency in multiple languages.
Right.
All
That's
the
a definite asset.
Sure.
This role requires
It's
concise.
culturally sensitive communication
Yeah,
with everyone.
from suppliers and customers.
To those customs officials we mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A poorly worded email could mean the difference between a shipment clearing customs smoothly
Right.
or a costly delay.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I'm starting to understand why RoleCatcher really emphasizes the importance of cultural intelligence.
It's not just what you say.
It's how you say it.
Right.
It's understanding that business practices,
Communication styles.
even humor, can vary greatly
Right.
from one culture to the next.
Building genuine rapport with those international partners.
That's invaluable.
And then on top of all
You've
that...
got to be a master negotiator.
Absolutely.
Think back to that wireless charging pad.
Okay.
You're negotiating.
Not just the price of those components.
Yeah.
But payment terms.
Shipping logistics.
Intellectual property rights.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's like a high-stakes game of chess.
Yes.
Only with cargo containers instead of pawns.
That's a good one.
And then you got to have a handle on all the tech.
Oh, yeah.
Because things are changing constantly.
Technology is key.
A successful import-export manager.
They're going to embrace logistics, software, data analysis tools, even online payment platforms.
It's a lot to stay on top of.
It's a constantly evolving field.
It is.
Which honestly makes it even more appealing, right? So for our listeners who are already picturing themselves
Navigating the complexities of global trade.
Yeah.
Securing those lucrative deals.
Maybe even getting their passport stamped a few times.
I want to leave you with this final thought.
As technology continues to kind of revolutionize the way we do business,
How do you see the role of the import-export manager evolving in the years to come?
will they be replaced by AI?
Or will their expertise become even more essential in this interconnected world?
That's something to ponder as you embark on your own deep dive.
Into the world of international trade.
Until next time, happy exploring.